So guys, right now, many people are backing that Tinubu should resign because he have done nothing but to worsen the economy of Nigeria. Here is from Senator Arero. He said that Buhari left 75 trillion debt. Tinubu added 80 trillion more debt. Senator Arero laments, this needs to stop. And this coming from Solomon Dalong. He said that Tinubu has crossed every existing red line. The rule of law has been taken away from the people. In the comfort of his bedroom, he awarded a 17 trillion contract to his friend Chagori with his son as a director in that company. So all these things are what's happening under APC government. And the worst part is that the Rep Deputy Speaker, Carlo Kemata, said this. He said that we inserted 780 million into 2026 budget to buy musical instruments for churches in the Bende to help curb narcotics and sexual offenses and violent crimes among young people. So how does this help to curb sexual offenses? Please let me ask you, because this government is going in a way that they don't want to be accountable on how they spend the money. What are you allocating 780 million for? To buy instruments for churches. Which church are you buying the instruments for? We are talking about high level of out of school children. We are talking of high level of insecurity. We are talking of high level of bad road in Nigeria. We are talking of high level of no light in Nigeria. But what the government could do is to allocate 780 million into buying churches instruments. What are the instruments used for? Then Aradu said this. Tinubu is building churches and mosques with 9 billion. Why schools, hospitals, and roads are in shambles? Tinubu has finished Nigeria. You are going to watch that video from Arise News. And this is what Rufai said. He said that Bola Tinubu and his cohorts have stolen Nigeria and Nigerians into multi-dimensional poverty. Tinubu and his cohorts have stolen Nigeria and Nigerians into multi-dimensional poverty. Because tell me why you are allocating 9 billion to renovate church. Which church are you renovating? Whereas many schools are going down. We don't have a good health sector in Nigeria. We don't have any good hospital in Nigeria. Many are losing their lives. We don't have good roads. But all our government could do was to find a way to allocate money to renovate churches. And here I say that Nigerian lawmakers should stop playing sense. They know about massive 2026 budget padding by Tinubu government, Rufai Oseni. Meanwhile, guys, watch this video from Arise News and let me get your views in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. I'll see you guys in my next video.
Of serious concern to Nigerians. What I'm saying is in the public domain. Is not anything hidden. When this government came in, it inherited, I think, over 75 trillion naira. Now it has added almost 75 to 80 trillion naira in borrowing. And despite this, budget implementation is nowhere where we want it to be, as said by the Chief Whip of the Senate. We have not even started implementing the 2026 budget.
Win this election in 2027 landslide. It is a litmus test of northern Nigeria to establish, to prove that, well, we have the population to install. And if we install a tyrant, we also have the power to throw him out.
The Tinubu government, have they crossed the lines that have made you to say, where is our democracy going? Has raised their concern?
Every existing red lines have been crossed by Tinubu. There's only one left. That's the election red line. Every red line should know. What are you talking? The rule of law, the pillar of democracy, had been taken away from the people. Civil liberties, they are clamming down on Nigerians and locking them every day. The essence of governance is safe, which is provided by the Constitution, Section 14, to Section B. Security and the general well-being of the people. So which red line the only red line left now? Look at how they changed the national anthem. A heritage. In the comfort of his bedroom, he awarded a 17 trillion naira contract to his friend, Shagore, with his son as a director in that company. Look at the caliber of people he appointed as ambassadors. Even military government send the best to represent them. Armed robbers will send imams and pastors to be the ambassadors. But Tinubu government send, discredited elements were posted out as ambassadors.
A fresh budget controversy is generating debate across Nigeria after public accountability organization Trachea, a unit of budget, revealed that the federal government has allocated a staggering 8.05 billion naira in the 2026 budget for construction, renovation, and equipping of churches and mosques. Well, according to the breakdown, 1.91 billion naira was allocated to 7 church-related projects, while 6.14 billion naira was earmarked for 52 mosque-related projects, with the funds embedded across ministries and agencies traditionally detached from religious affairs. Well, among the most eyebrow-raising line item, 1 billion naira was allocated for the provision of musical and cultural equipment to churches in Bende local government area of Abia State under the Ministry of Labor. Can you imagine that? And 210 million naira was allocated to the Institute of Agricultural Research in Zaria. Ayo, this is an agricultural agency for a construction of a mosque. Agricultural agency. I mean, this is the kind of stories that we're seeing right now.
It's Oversight.
It's called Oversight. No, this is completely unacceptable.
Thank you for mentioning the word oversight, because this has come under question in very recent times. The fact that the people who are responsible for oversight functions have failed terribly in the discharge of their duties, and by so doing have failed Nigerians, because in an era where we're looking at a cash crunch, revenue crunch, looking for how we can meet certain obligations, we're unable to fund projects. Rufai, earlier on you talked about how the conversation is even about the 2025 budget, and that is even a percentage of that. We have not yet even begun to talk about the 2026 budget. A country that is battling with number of out-of-school children, the largest in the world. A country that cannot boast of a competent primary health center or primary health centers across the country. A country that has at least approximately 133 people in multidimensional poverty. A country where people are hungry, people do not, there's a conversation around the minimum wage, and we are inserting frivolities. I'll use the word frivolities in ministries that do not have any business with this agenda. And so the first question is that when there was a budget defense, how did this pass over or was not scrutinized by the Senate Committee on Budget? Why was this allowed to fly, that the constitutional provisions that some of these agencies come under, it wasn't flagged? That's number one. Number two is that, OG, a lot of these things, I dare say, are for fraudulent activities. They are not even to build the churches or the mosques. They are there and inserted there because, in Nigeria, you mention religious goodwill, people keep quiet because we can be quite religious. A lot of these projects, this 8 billion, they will not see the light of day with this church and mosque projects. It will just go whoop like that and nobody will ask questions. So what we are saying is that when we are talking about fiscal discipline, where we are asking that more money should be channeled to resources, where we are talking about the underlying causes of insecurity and terrorism in the Northeast, and the lack of infrastructure, this is what we see. And that is why I said, and I started off by saying that the body or the institution responsible for oversight function should be brought on that question as to why there's not the budget office, number one, how this was outlined in the budget of 2026. Then the oversight functions of the Senate failed in their duty to actually protect the interests of Nigerians whom they are supposed to represent. And this cannot continue. If we look at, Adesoa, one of our anchors, Adesoa Omosage, has done a lot of work in this area, even dissected, I have dissected some of the items in the budget, and it is quite sad to see this happening. Please, Nigeria is a secular state. I'm a Christian, and I'm very proud of that. And there are many people who are free based on the Constitution to, for freedom of religion, but there are certain things that should not be our priority at this time. And part of that, I dare say, is funding of building churches, funding of building mosques. It does not in any way help in terms of our priority for what is important. We need to stop this. Can we even begin the conversation of even funding pilgrimage endeavors? We've talked about this at length, and this corruption must stop. It is corruption must stop.
You know, I was saying you want to say something, but I'll just quickly read up on what has been going. Like I said, that they had the budget for an agricultural agency for the construction of a mosque. I mean, these revelations come as Nigerians on social media are pointing out that the country's public libraries have virtually vanished. The Northern Christian Association has also waded in with Reverend Joseph John Hyap questioning the wide disparity between church and mosque allocation, saying that while government support for religious projects is not inherently wrong, the allocation pattern raises serious questions about fairness, equity, and constitutional principles of equal treatment. That's what you talked about. Dr. Abati, Rufai hasn't spoken, so let's just quickly have him speak on this.
You see, these days I now laugh at the country. There is no way these lawmakers would tell me that they didn't know about this padding in this budget. Everything from these lawmakers have been fraud. Tax law, fraud. Budgets, fraud. Everything, fraud. They know. Oji, the question you should ask yourself is, why is that church project went to Bende? Who is from Bende? That's the question you should ask, Oji.
Yeah.
Why is that the mosque project went to Zaria? Who is from Zaria? You think they don't know? You think it's today they've been padding these budgets? Everything fraud. Rubber stamp assembly fraud. But Shebi, when we asked one of them yesterday, he started campaigning for President Tinubu. You think they don't know? They say I don't have details on it. All I just want to say is that President Tinubu has done very well. We know. But look at it, Oji. So it's a systemic pattern. Oji, the question we should ask is, the reporting is not even complete here, because what about the ones they hid that you will never see? Oji, Ministry of Livestock was seen building projects, church projects. Most of the parastatal were seen doing one constituency project or the other. Oji, till date, 8.8 trillion. If not because of our World Bank, we will not know that extra budgetary spending was made. 8.8, they've not given us line by line item today. They will put these things in the budgets. The sad part, Oji, is that they are not even funding it. If they were funding it, we would say that the budget is moving. Yesterday, that's why I was talking about the Taiwo Yedeli something. The video that is there, how Mungunu was threatening Senator Mungunu that you are not been funding us. 2025, not funded. Yeah. So they put this thing, they line it out, they take it out of our budget. This is the discrepancy that has been going on. There are many they have hidden there that you don't know. That's why I say the budget, fraud. Yeah. Anything that goes through them, fraud. What's it called? The tax law today, we don't even know the one to believe. Till today, the Senate said we will look into the matter and investigation about the one they released and the one. Has the Senate giving you a report today? Has the House giving you a report today? So people representing the people. Oji, next year we'll talk about this issue again. You remember when we were talking about budget padding? Since the time of Jubrin, we were talking about budget padding. How many years is that? That's close to 5-10 years. And they will padding it. They will pad it. They will pad it again next year. They are already padding the one for next year. Oji, you didn't even talk about the World Cup. World Cup. They add World Cup that we didn't go to into the budgets. When I cry for this country, people say, well, I have a lot of tears in my eye. World Cup that we didn't go to the added to the budget. And then our friends Adeyemi.
Dr. Abati.
Okay, I was going to refer to a book. The book is titled When Government Breaks the Law, which is a book on the question of the rule of law and the Bush administration, Bush Senior, that is. Now, one of the primary responsibilities of government, and that's why people take oath of office, swearing in and all that, is to protect the rule of law. When the government itself that is supposed to uphold the rule of law breaks the law, then a tragedy has befallen the people.
This is it.
This is where we have found ourselves in Nigeria. Section 10 is a relevant section. It says in the 1999 Constitution that there should be no state religion adopted in the federation or any state or any part thereof. The operative word there is shall. In section 38, the Nigerian Constitution says you have the freedom of belief, freedom of thought, freedom of worship. It does not say government should get involved in it. Government had been removed from section 10. That this is a secular, non-partisan federation. But you will find governors sponsoring religious leaders.
Hajj.
They are even buying prayer mats.
Pilgrimage.
Very soon, Catholics will say they too, they want rosaries to be bought for them.
All right.
This is a situation where government breaks the law brazenly.
Thank you all for your submission.
So every repeated allocation in the budget automatically translates to corruption.
Yes, it's deliberate. And that is an avenue to siphon money. They cannot tell me that they didn't know what they were doing. It's deliberate. Because in the history of this country, we never had a cabinet of 48 ministries. We never. It is only in Tinubu administration. And some of us raised eyebrow when this thing was going on. Somebody even questioned the authenticity of these ministries. Some of them were just irrelevant. They just put them there just for taking money. Nothing else. For example, the Ministry of Blue Economy, Tinubu's nephew. What is that ministry bringing to Nigeria? Have you ever had anything that is something beneficial to Nigeria coming out from that ministry? I advise that man, if there is nothing else you can do, go and fish for us. Lagos is surrounded by water all over. Are you telling me there are no fishes in those oceans? Go and fish for us so that we'll stop importing fish. Yet nothing. And so, all these ministries, the duplication is an avenue to siphon money because all of them got allocations. Just like the one we are talking about now with Adeyemi. It's deliberate. It's an avenue to take away money because all this money that we are giving, on paper, yes, they are there, but in reality, the money has been taken to somewhere else. A very clean way of taking away money. Very clean way. Thank God somebody have brought it up. But who will answer him? Moses, who will answer him? These issues, are they not serious issues that somebody is supposed to say, yes, there is a point here, but who will answer him? Nobody. They will just remain adamant as usual. Serap have been shouting themselves to hoarse over what is going on in Aso Rock. And yet you come and tell me that we don't have money. The 48 ministries, can they give us template what they are doing, how much they are bringing in? You know, at least for us to say, okay, they are worth it. For us to say, yes, it's worth it. They are not worth it at all. They are not. They are not worth it. It's an avenue to take away money. Like that of livestock ministry by Jega. Have I not queried it here? What is that ministry doing for us?
Okay, but Mr. Agomo, the Ministry of the Blue Economy, the record has it that it achieved 160% increase in sectoral revenue. Under its oversight, agencies generated approximately 1.83 trillion naira in 2025 and up to 7.9 billion naira in 2023. Ministry of Blue Economy.
Are you serious? Is that what they told you?
Yes, that's what they said.
Are you
the
serious?
Records. Yes.
So, which are those the sectoral? All the sections under that ministry? Can you mention them for me?
No, you think that the ministry is just floating? They don't have departments and agencies.
I said, tell me now.
No, you should know. You are the analyst.
No, I didn't know. That's why I'm asking you now.
No, you don't ask me. I ask you.
No, because you read something here.
Yes, that's
and
the record.
And what they told you that you are reading for me. And I'm telling you that I didn't see it. It didn't add up.
Okay.
Okay,
you don't believe what the ministry says.
Have I ever believed government? Is something wrong with me? You believe them with
no, Mr. Agomo, for you to believe some Nigerian government means that there is something wrong with you.
For me, yes, yes, especially this government, because they have never told me one single truth. One single truth. I have never seen it from this government, and I challenge you to tell me otherwise.
All right then. Well, these
tell
are
me
your
otherwise.
thoughts there.
Tell me otherwise.
And all this happening under APC governments, and nothing is being done. Nothing is being done. And the lawmakers are coming out now to say that Tinubu should be impeached because he have crossed every single red line. Imagine 9 billion naira to renovate church. Which of the churches are they renovating? They are spending 80 million to buy musical instruments for churches. Which churches are they buying it for? The same country that gave a fee if you are seen preaching in the bus. They are trying to discredit Christianity, and they are allocating money to big churches. They said don't preach in the bus, but they're trying to renovate churches for people. What is going on in Nigeria? What is really happening in Nigeria? A lot is happening, and we need to wake up and start talking about them, or else when we might wake up, it might be too late before we could realize what is happening in this country. The level of debt we are entering in Nigeria is alarming. The level of insecurity is alarming. The level of out of school children is alarming. The level of bad roads, the level of bad things happening in Nigeria is alarming. The level of budget padding is alarming. This can only happen in Nigeria. But let me get a video in the comments. We can make a video. Don't forget to subscribe.